As the prophet of esports, I rely on trustworthy and meaningful data every day. Data from our research partner YouGov offers the most complete view of esports fans and gamers in the world, providing context to who they are, what they think, the brands they buy, and things they do. YouGov's connected insights and research services inform strategy at every level. If you're a team, a brand, agency, or rights holder, you should be talking with YouGov. Their partners measure and maximize ROI and are telling compelling stories with data. Visit yougov.com/gaming-esports to learn more.
Let's talk about Dr. Disrespect, okay? Dr. Disrespect, finally we have an update, okay? And the beauty of this, it's sort of a legal update. The doc is punching back here, okay? Dr. Disrespect says he is suing Twitch for banning him, and he says, yeah, I do know the reason why now. So the two-time basically is on YouTube now. By the way, I can't remember if it's in this specific article, but I saw it in another article where he mentions that his income and his audience is about a quarter the size on YouTube compared to Twitch, which shows you, again, that I was totally right that the people at YouTube Gaming are completely useless and clueless, and their product is really subpar when a guy like the doc moves from one platform to another and gets 1/4 to 1/5 of what he was making before. But supposedly now he knows why they banned him, and he's claiming that because of the uncertainty around the ban, right? Because of the no one talking about why he got banned, basically the lawsuit is saying, hey, you, Twitch, have destroyed my ability to get sponsors. You have ruined my brand. You have, right? Because no one wants to touch me now. And he says specifically in this interview that if you search my name, if you search Dr. Disrespect, the first article is about his Twitch ban, and no one knows why, so people assume the worst. And so therefore he's suing for damages. He's suing for, lost income. I think I saw a number in a different article also that was in the tens of millions, but I'm not sure.
Everyone wants $10 million, Paul. Everyone wants, in a lawsuit, everyone wants $10 million.
Well, just like every startup I see has a $20 million valuation, right? Every gaming company goes public at $30 billion. There's just some standards across the board.
It's science, I guess.
It's science.
For starters, I'm disappointed with the headline because I know there's a much more NC-17
yes, there was.
So do your own research there. This is such a joke to me, honestly. If anything, because he's such an infamous character and he's so notorious that the ban, if anything, his brand was able to lean into that and capitalize off of it greatly. That's step one, or that's point one. Okay. Point two, when you talk about damages in the lawsuit, the counter defense is mitigation of those damages. And what were you able to do to stem the loss and recoup from that, right? If you were unable to use your office or your apartment, and how long did you sleep at a hotel, and you cap that from when you're able to go back or to find some type of alternate housing. I think it's more comparable with lost employment, like here, right? I got fired from my job. I lost all these wages because of this incident. And everyone's like, well, you could have taken a job at McDonald's. You could have taken a job here or there, where, we take whatever you made minus what you should have made. And that's the true damage, right? If you follow me. So anyways, here, what I'm seeing is one, we haven't seen the terms, the user agreement between Dr. Disrespect and Twitch, which allows Twitch to essentially cancel him at any time, I'm sure, for any reason. I guarantee it's drafted that broadly because they have a lot of power here before he was anybody. Two, like I said, with his brand, he is this notorious, outrageous figure where, if anything, this just made him that much more appealing to his audience and was more fun to talk about. He got into, it's like you said, the first thing you Google is this press of him getting canceled. That was a massive headline. It's like OnlyFans canceling their account just to canceling their pornography thing just to reverse it 2 days later because they got all this free press off of it.
So net, your take is he's not going to win this lawsuit.
What's going to happen is it's going to. So I didn't say that. So lawsuits are never about winning or losing.
It depends.
No. I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you an answer.
Like a
lawyer answer.
I will give you an answer.
I feel like we're getting billable hours here for Jimmy.
We are.
Getting like a filibuster response.
I know how to stretch the words out. But lawsuits are never about right and wrong. They're never about achieving justice. It's just the sad truth. I'm a pessimist only in that respect. What they are about are strategic business decisions. They are about creating enough noise and annoyance until you're paid to go away. That's what every lawsuit is about, is how annoying can I be with the smallest truth or something that I can cling to that makes my argument even a little bit valid, where this other side can't just dismiss me. And even if they can, they're also paying for lawyers. There's time, there's costs. So it's basically
a really depressing outlook on the American justice system.
What it is.
The profession of being a lawyer. So is he going to get money?
I don't know what to tell you.
What do you got? What's your juice here?
He will.
Yeah,
so
does he get paid?
So the Jim and juice here, shout out to Wade, is Dr. Disrespect will create enough noise, distraction, annoyance that he will force them into an undisclosed settlement over the next 12 months. That's what's going to happen here. I don't think it's going to be very expensive. I think it'll be enough to cover, well, because he has a strong brand presence and because he has the best lawyers, it will be 5 times more than what any other streamer would have been able to command. But I don't think it will be public knowledge. And that's my call.
That's fair. So, can I ask a question about just because I think it's a good question for Jay. Do you, or both of you, do you guys have any, or was it in the article? Why is this just coming about now? One, why it sounds like he just found out why he was banned. Do we believe that? Doesn't make any sense. And why is he now just saying, "Hey, I'm going to sue now"? Is there some sort of like he needed to wait a calendar year to like prove how much he lost or whatever?
When was he banned? I can't even remember.
I think it's been like a full year, or maybe even 2 years.
There is
he was banned in June 2020. Okay. He claims that he's making a fourth or a quarter of what he was making before. Okay.
Doubtful.
And he says at the time he didn't know why he was banned. Okay. And he says now I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now. So he says for months.
So the timing, to Jeff's question, there is a statute of limitations on all legal actions. It's different depending on what the grievance is, right? Certain things that involve minors have a much longer period. By the way, none of this is meant to convey legal knowledge or advice. Six Cannon, no, you will absolutely not pass the bar with any insight from me. Definitely not. Please go to school. But there is, as anyone will tell you, there's a certain window within which you can assert these grievances. The whole I didn't know, there must be something in the terms of when you're getting canceled that Twitch probably said they're required to tell you the reason. So they're harping on that point to assert that was the reason for the delay. Because one of the defense's counter arguments will be, hey, if this was a complaint of yours or if this was an issue, why didn't you raise it sooner so that we could have either settled it amicably or that we could have addressed it and started collecting data? To Dr. Disrespect's point and to what Paul said, he needed that amount of time to realize how much he suffered from being dropped from Twitch, right? So he'd say, I didn't even realize until a year from now when I did my accounting, when I was able to finally recover from this, get back on my feet, and then take a look at my books, what I was really missing out on. So I hope I answered all those questions. That was a super.
No, you did. It's still just odd to me that I still the gap, the year gap is still just strange. But
Marie loves your viewpoint here, Jimmy.
I know she's a lawyer, so that helps.
Now, Jimmy, the question is, would you?
Six Cannon clearly is not.
If Dr. Disrespect came to you tomorrow,
hold on, that's a bad question. Any lawyer's going to take any case if they're going to bill hours. I mean,
no, he's not going to pay you. You're only going to get 5% of the damages that you can recover. Are you taking the case?
they're going to get 30 to 40% of the damages.
This is not the hypothetical I'm laying out for you, okay?
Plus costs. But they're not, Dr. Disrespect's lawyers are likely not getting paid by the hour on this one. They sometimes do a blended arrangement where they could get paid by the hour at a lower rate plus a lower contingency fee. But the traditional model here is if I'm suing someone else, I'm taking 30 to 40%, depending on if we're in some type of initial discovery phase versus a late game trial preparation phase, which is more time intensive. And they can get upwards of 45% of the damages.
Wow. See, so I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, obviously, right? But when I saw this article, I thought this is a slam dunk for the doc. Slam dunk, okay? And I just want to read one thing he said here, and let me see if it changes your mind, because I agree this is going to get settled. I agree the doc's going to get some money, but I think his case, at least to me, feels stronger than, but again, I'm not a lawyer, but it feels stronger to me. And this really resonated with me. And there's some cursing in here, but this is a quote direct from the doc. Okay. He says, "What's the first thing you see when you type the name in on Google? You see Lamborghini. I get it. But you also see doc banned from Twitch. No reason why. You think a big time company like Nike is going to want to work with that question mark, or a Disney? It effing sucks. It effing sucks. I don't know how else to put it, man. It's affected us in so many different ways." Do you not buy the fact that Twitch, in their secrecy, allowed people to make assumptions that genuinely hurt his career?
Great,
well,
great.
Okay. Here, well, Jimmy, you're the lawyer, but my moral compass. Yeah. My quick question is, why was he banned? Because that kind of matters.
We don't know. We still don't know.
Yeah, but I'm saying, in order for me to have a moral judgment, I don't know about the legal judgment, yeah. It kind of matters why he was banned. Like, let's say he was doing, I don't even want to say something bad. They found out he was watching kiddie porn or something. So they banned him. Yeah. But they didn't tell anyone. They just banned him. Then I think he doesn't have a great case. When it's well, this is why we banned him. So I think I can make up hypotheticals for anything.
Yeah. But wouldn't it be safe to assume that, based on at least his own comment, right? He's saying people are assuming it's worse than what it actually is, right? Yes. That's the sort of that's what's the reading between the lines there, right?
Taking a complete
you're still ignoring
here, though. Why did Twitch ban him when he was getting a ton of views? Unless there was a good reason, why did Twitch do this? Did we ever get to the bottom of that? I know we speculated on it.
No, and unless it goes to some kind of trial, right? We'll never know. If it gets settled, we'll never know.
No, we might. Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of this is not public filing. The trial is public filing. Certain pleadings and documents will become basic discovery. Will likely not be. So we might not ever know. I do want to speak to that, but before we get too far ahead of ourselves. We are getting ahead of ourselves because you're jumping into step 2 and step 3. Step 1 is, what's the agreement Doc had with Twitch? What's the standard partnership, or he's obviously not an affiliate, but what's the standard agreement that these tier 1 streamers have with Twitch, and what's their available recourse, and what are Twitch's rights here? Twitch might not have needed a reason to ban him. They could, California and New York, I believe, both being at-will employment states, they both could have just canceled him for any reason at any time. Without even disclosing a reason, honestly.
Right, but why would they? Presumably, the doc was profitable for Twitch, right? He was making tens of millions of dollars.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's making money. It doesn't matter if it was.
No. But I'm thinking about what they legally could do. I understand Twitch could do that in the country, but there had to be a reason why they did it. If Doc was making $30 million on Twitch and he keeps what percentage of his the revenue, 50%? So that means Twitch was making $30 million or what, the math doesn't matter.
That's
Twitch was making
means,
tens of millions.
But
I get that, but there had to be a reason. Companies don't just say, "Hey, I don't want $10 million. Let's ban this guy because we just don't like he's an asshole."
You're talking
that
from
doesn't
a
make any
business
sense.
You're talking from a business sense and a logical sense. I'm talking from a legal sense. If the judge or if the plaintiff, which is where we're at here, are asking me what was the reason, at will employment, I literally don't need one.
Sure, I get that. I'm kind of more.
Let me just read these comments, and then I want to move on.
I just don't get why they do it.
Six Cannon says, "I don't know if this was said prior, but I honestly think it feels as big as it does because no one knows at all. On top of whatever type of money he's going to get from this, it's a PR stunt because now they'll tell us why. if it's on public record, feels like a game of chicken.
Absolutely.
I mean, it is. It's a legal game of chicken. I just think the doc has a pretty strong leg to stand on, is my feeling.